If you are saying that these tablets bear writings from the very hand of our holy founder, then we must find them. Without them, all our research to trace the life of Saint Matthias on this island is doomed to failure. If these savages have stolen them, we will have to take them back, by force if necessary.
Oh no. That's not good. I wanted to learn more about the story of Eden, but Brother Virgil won't talk to me about it. He doesn't want to talk to me about it.
Hello. The Mother Cardinal asked me to help you find the tablets that were stolen. Can I ask you some questions?
Of course. But hurry, I have a lot to do.
The Mother Cardinal told me that this village had been developed on the basis of St. Lucius's writings. Are you one of the theologians who helped in its creation?
Yes. I was sent here to confirm that this place is indeed the one described in the writings, and then I stayed.
What was the reaction of the natives when you arrived here?
Most of them were not in favor of us living amongst them. They were afraid we might chase them out of their own village. And there were even more protests once we started talking about searching for traces of Saint Matthias. I suppose they thought we would destroy all of their raised stones and other places of superstition.
Were there any confrontations with the natives?
Yes. The warriors of the village attacked us. The Ordo Luminous actually had to intervene. The Inquisition managed to make them run away. The islanders tried to attack again with the support of Vedlug, but we stood our ground. And when Lur, the chief of the village, finally accepted our presence, things calmed down.
Thank you. This information will certainly prove to be useful. I talked to Father Justinius. He told me that you were supervising the theologians here.
Indeed. It is under my supervision that the research on Saint Matthias is conducted.
Whom do you suspect of being the thief?
Alas. I'm afraid there are many suspects. These tablets are priceless relics. Some settlers may have fallen prey to the lure of profit. The heretical natives of Vedlug may have wanted to take them away from us. Or it could have been vengeance by those who had to leave the village.
Yeah, that doesn't help narrow it down that much.
Where were the tablets the night they were stolen?
We were keeping them in one of the village's shacks. We intended to bring them to San Matthias later. But first, we wanted to examine them in order to obtain as much information as possible. You can go and take a look in the shack if you want to. But I couldn't find any traces of forced entry.
Which means there might have been a spy or
I imagine
something.
Someone was keeping watch over them.
Of course, we took turns guarding the shack. But some of us can't have taken the task that seriously. If I remember correctly, it was Brother Virgil who was guarding them that night.
Well, thank you for these pieces of information.
I am the one who should be thanking you. Especially if you managed to retrieve the tablets for us.
I'm really enjoying, like, all of the mystery
Thank
of
you.
this.
I will let you work.
Alright. Will you talk to us now, Brother Virgil?
Greetings, Desade. I am handling the investigation into the theft of the tablets. Sister Eugenia told me to talk to you.
I'm Brother Virgil. What would you like to know?
Have you been in Eden for a long time?
2 months, approximately. Back then, there were still some pagan natives in the village. I joined Sister Eugenia's team with some of my colleagues, so we could give them a fresh outlook on things. We arrived straight from Ptolemy, hoping to study some new texts. But once we were here, I understood that my real mission was with the islanders. We must bring the light to this island.
I can't help but look at all of these people's hats and just think Kung Lao from Mortal Kombat.
You talked about a mission with the natives. What did you mean by that?
I may be under the command of Sister Eugenia here, but my superior is Bishop Domitius. Our mission is to banish pagan cults and convert the entire population to the light. The island belongs to Saint Matthias, and therefore to Ptolemy, since the god of light offered it to our founder.
If your superior's Domitius, you are a member of the Ordo Luminis. I did not expect to find one of its members side by side with the missionaries. They usually do not get along.
The Order goes everywhere the light needs to be revealed.
You have a very unique way of seeing things. I doubt everyone accepts it. How are your relations with the natives?
When I arrived, we were still trying to obtain information from them about Saint Matthias, but they were very reluctant to give us any answers. We were also trying to educate them. Our attempts eventually made some of the inhabitants of the village react badly.
I don't
Most
blame
stubborn
them.
against our teachings, the
I don't
warriors,
blame them.
and the marked. The ones the natives call the Onomanawi. They eventually left, and it has proved
Or
nothing
you-
but a blessing for us. I would like to go back to work now, if you don't mind.
Of course.
I do mind, actually, but... I'm wondering if... They keep saying that they just left. I'm wondering if it was really that
According
simple.
to your colleague, you were the one in charge of guarding the tablets on the night of the theft. Is that right?
Indeed.
So...
What can you tell me about that night? Did you hear or see anything?
No, nothing in particular. The night was quiet, and then the morning after, we saw they were gone.
Someone had to enter the shack to steal the tablets. How did that happen?
I have no idea. The door was closed in the morning, and the lock was intact.
This is very suspicious. Maybe there's a trap door or something.
Do you suspect anyone in particular?
Not really. What I can tell you for sure is it is not one of us.
Well, Sister Eugenia did tell me that the tablets were priceless.
Of course. But our motivation is not the lure of profit. All that
Says
matters
you.
to us is their value as proof, not the money we could make out of them.
I don't know. I think you're being a little presumptuous about that,
Do you think
sir.
the culprit could be a native?
Well, since none of us did it, it seems obvious. There aren't
How
many
do you
other
know
settlers
that?
around here. And the natives knew of the existence of these tablets before we found them. They were attached to them too, in their own way.
They are the ones who led you to them.
Well, we conducted the research, but they helped us find where they were hidden. Some inhabitants of the village are still giving us a hand with our work.
Well, thank you. I will investigate where the theft took place.
As you wish. But you won't find anything there. And why does it matter, anyway? There were witnesses to the discovery of these tablets. We have all the proof we need. And that's all that matters.
What do you mean?
Now we can prove Saint Matthias lived here. Our actions on this island are justified. To keep rummaging the way Sister Eugenia does will only create more tensions with the natives.
I was not expecting a theologian to say such things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was not expecting
will
that
leave you to
either.
your
I'm done
work.
with you, sir.
Goodbye.
I'm just... Just the way that, again, the games portray organized religion in these games are a little frustrating. But I understand it is a very popular theme, but it's a bit tropey, in my personal opinion. All of the religious people are bad. Let's talk to this guy. Start by taking all of your things. All the things. And then I'll talk to you.
Hello. I am Lair, the village leader. Well, I was the leader of this village.
Hello. Desade. I am the legate of the merchant congregation.
There are Onol Manawi among the Logead Blau. I did not know that. What do you want from me?
Tell me a story.
I've heard a lot of things about this village of Eden, but I'd like to hear your version.
Yeah.
I'm not sure I have the answers to all of your questions, but I'll try.
Tell me about the arrival of the people of Thélème, and how you received them.
The priests were roaming around the village. They were saying that it was the place where their saint had lived. They were asking questions, talking about the Lloyd and all these things. One morning they were building houses next to ours. And we had new neighbors.
Yes. I'm guessing that your homeowners association had a bit of an issue with
The priests
that.
told me that they had managed to convert you. How did that happen?
As long
Yeah.
as we refused to listen to them, they were violent, and they destroyed some of our sanctuaries. So we let them talk. And now that they think that we love their god, they leave us alone.
Yeah.
Some of the things they say are beautiful, and their magic is impressive. But we do not forget our spirits.
Yeah. That's the issue that I have, is that you can't force people to have faith in something. Like, that. What's the point at that point? Because right now they're just appeasing them by pretending that they believe in this, even though they don't. So it just seems really silly to me for anyone to force someone to convert, because like, why would you want people who are a part of your religious community or a part of your faith because they want to be part of the faith, not because they were forced into that. That's
One
just
of the
silly.
theologians told me that you would help them in their research.
They wanted to find tracks of the old sage, of the one they call Saint Matthäus, and they were rummaging through everything. Our Donegad did not want to tell them anything, because the old sage is sacred here. But since they violently interrogated everyone, I thought it wise to guide them to the place where the stones were.
What happened to your warriors? Why did they have to leave the village?
They did not accept the presence of the priests and their questions. They tried to retake the village. They even asked Deirdre, the chief of Vedlug, for her help. So, the priests called the Soul Lasser, the Burning Suns, and they killed many of them. I asked for peace, and the others left us. They wanted to join Vedlug. Perhaps they have done so.
Aren't you angry after all that happened?
No. I mourn those who died, of course, and the Vorstyrent. But this village may be our opportunity.
Your opportunity for what?
For the Renaigse to understand who we are. Not savages, nor monsters, but men.
Yeah.
Perhaps wiser than they are.
Yes, thank you. Oh, that is so... I love that he said that, because these people come here thinking that they have all this to teach the natives. And did they even think once that maybe the natives have a thing or two to teach them? And that, did they ever think once that maybe it's important for them to understand their way of life, to understand their faith, to understand their... Because they've been here their entire... This is their land. They are the visitors. They are the people... They are guests, quote-unquote, guests into their home world. So I find it really, really frustrating and annoying.
Like so many others.
I knew that the story would be more complex than we'd been told.
The priests separated this village into two parts. The exiles must be broken-hearted, having left their clan behind.
Had they been wiser and accepted their new neighbors, they'd never have been forced to leave.
Either way, the resentment here is strong enough for a theft to occur.
And the problem is, and the really, really like haunting thing is that all of these issues is not a piece of fiction. Like, this actually happened in in this country, in my country, in the United States of America, in America, like this kind of thing happened all the time, and it's really it's an uncomfortable feeling that I'm sure most people are very sympathetic to what ended up happening to the Native Americans, or I don't know what the correct term for them now is. I feel like the correct term is indigenous people, but I don't know. Indigenous people, Native Americans, whatever is the proper term. I'm sure most people are very sympathetic to what happened to them because, we certainly would not want the same thing to happen to us. But it's uncomfortable because we benefited greatly from the transgressions that our forefathers did. Like, the fact that I'm here now, playing this Let's Play, enjoying what the country has to offer, the land of opportunity or whatever, for the people who are actually fortunate enough to have the opportunities that they have here, we are benefiting over the graves of people who probably did not deserve the short end of the stick that they got, and the short end of the stick that their ancestors are still getting to this day. It is so. It's like I feel bad, but at the same time, like, I am comfortable with how it worked, how things are right now, and I feel a little guilty about that. There's an uncomfortable guilt, I think, because it's like, I know it wasn't my fault. I didn't have a hand in doing any of that stuff. Heck, my ancestors weren't even, my ancestors had nothing to do with what happened back in the day, because my family, as far as I know, are all, before my parents came here, were all from the Philippines. So I don't think I have any European lineage whatsoever, or any lineage to any of the people who originally colonized this country. And so again, but that doesn't mean that my family didn't benefit from this country by coming here and reaping the benefits of what was built here, after essentially taking over and overthrowing the Native Americans and indigenous people here. So it's a game that I'm glad that they made this game, because I think it's important to reflect on and make you think about things in history and where we are now and why we're at where we are now and what was the cost and whether or not the cost was worth it. Not that we should be completely beating up ourselves over and over again for what was done, because I don't think that's a healthy thing either, but I don't know. I didn't mean to go for the tangent, but it's just that's just the things that I'm just thinking about as I'm playing this game. Alright, so go back and investigate the theft of the tablets of St. Matthias. Oh, and there's a camp area right here too. Might as well grab that really quickly. Oh, and there's a board as well. I'll go to the camp area when I get out of this area. Contract: destroy the Yorglin's nest. Very aggressive Yorglins have built a nest north of Eden. Be cautious if you need to follow the road to the northeast or go into the bushes. A reward will be offered to whoever destroys these nests. We can supply you with traps. Okay. I don't know if I need traps, but we'll see. Now that we've gotten the story about Eden, I think it's time for us to investigate the shack where the alleged tablets were stolen from. They claim that there's nothing to be found in there, but I'd like to do my own investigation. Thank you very much. Because I, unlike them, I have these sparkly things that appear, because apparently Desarde has either magical powers or augmented reality glasses. One of the two. Infused in his eye, surgically.
There is only one entrance and the door shows no evidence of a break-in.
This priest, Virgil, said that the night was calm. So calm that he probably fell asleep. So, the thieves only had to take the key from him.
It's very likely that that's what happened, but someone must have informed them. It can't be a coincidence that they decided to steal it during the watch of the only neglectful guard.
You think that the one who told them is in this village?
We know that this theft could be an act of vengeance by the natives who were forced to leave here. They must still have allies in the village, family or friends. We should go talk to the chief of the natives. He will certainly know who is close to the exiles, and enough about the researchers to inform them.
Okay. Talk to Lair, the former village leader. We just came from there. So hopefully he's not annoyed that we're coming right back up to see him. Wow, that's an impressive looking building though, whatever they're about to build. Hey, Lair. Got a question for you.
You have returned on Almanawi. Do you need something else?
Yeah.
I think I know who stole the tablets.
Really?
I believe those who were exiled from your village seek vengeance because the missionaries forced them to leave. They must have taken the tablets with the help of someone else who stayed here.
You may be right, but you may also be wrong.
Those are the choices. Those are the choices.
You do well to tell me what you know. Once the priests have reached the same conclusions as I have, how do you think they will interrogate you?
You're probably right. The Inquisitors would come back, and my people would suffer.
We don't want that.
I do not want to break the peace that I did all I could to make. I think the name of the woman you are looking for is Vindwal. She helps the priests who seek the old sage.
If she's helping the priests, why would she betray them now?
Her son is one of the warriors who had to leave the village.
Oh.
He is filled with anger and fury. If you go talk to her, please, do not hurt her. She is but a mother who acted according to her son's wishes.
I can understand that.
I have no intention of hurting her, but things may not be so simple when it comes to her son.
Yeah.
I have to go.
Like so many others.
That's a little too soon. Like, you know, the others who left. Alright, let's get to the bottom of this. As always, things are not always so cut and dry. This person. Hello. Vindwal.
Greetings. Are you Vindwal?
Bird tier Tumad. Yes, that is me. What do you want?
What can you tell me about Lair, your former leader?
He is a man of peace. Some people dislike him, not me. Everything he did to save the village. But I think the mind shakers made him forget what we are. He almost speaks like them now.
It's tough because it's like, for the sake of peace, do you just bend over backwards and just let all these people, you know, do what they want? Because if you don't, that you know that there's going to be conflict. Or do you stand up for yourself and risk having all of your people, like, hurt or slaughtered? Like, that's a tough call as a leader. I would not want to be in his shoes.
Listen, I know you helped the exiles to steal the tablets of Saint Matthias.
No, this is not true. It wasn't me.
There's no point in denying it. I know you did it for your son who had to leave the village.
If you know that, then you know that I don't have the tablets. So what do you want from me?
Tell her that her help would allow the thieves to be spared.
The only means of alleviating the situation with Teleme is to give the priests their tablets back. So, if you don't want your son to suffer their wrath, it would be best if I could retrieve them discreetly.
Bran and the rest of the exiles are hiding in the woods. beyond the stone circle. If you want to take the tablets away from them without being seen, do not take the part on the left. It is riddled with traps.
Okay.
And please, do not hurt my son.
I will do everything on my power not to hurt him. I will do everything I can, because I don't want to. I really don't. I just want the tablets back so that we can just move on from this. Okay. Let's rock, everybody. Storm. Well done. Okay. Alright, we got that. And the camp is here. Set up camp. Alright. What is next? Ah, Ancient Tenlan. Whoa. Easy there, boy. Take that. Down, boy.
Your magic is running out. Take a potion.
Ow.
Shadow engulf our enemies.
Take that. Gotcha.
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
Cool. Alright. Sweet. As we were making... Oh! Oh, okay. These are the nest things. Oh, okay, okay. Alright, so we gotta find more of the nest things. I didn't realize that was... Okay. It wasn't even marked on the map, so I just have to keep an eye out for it.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle.
Storm. Nice. Is there a nest thing over here? I'm not sure. Okay, quite a bit of stuff here. This takes us back into the world map. Don't quite need to go there.